everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a new episode of our broadcast, Joynplayce on Air. The broadcast where we let you immerse in our catalog the stories to live together, an innovative way of doing experiential travel. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Stefania Molinari. I am the community manager and art director of Joynplayce, the brand for Italian experiential travel. What we use and what we do for our activities is a framework called story living experience. Why story living and not just storytelling? Well, that's why our customers, our clients, our tourists, our guests, they really live the experience. They are the protagonist because they have a little mission to accomplish, and by doing that, they meet, they learn, they experiment, they experience, and most of all, they really have the time of their lives. As our name says, we deal with the joy, happiness, join, being together, sharing, play, have fun, being the protagonist, and place. Because every Joynplayce story is set in a wonderful place of our, let me say it, amazing country, which is Italy. But let's go on and let me really show you what we do, but most of all, how we do it. And in the episode of today, we are in Padova, and our guest is an Italian teacher. She's also a tourist guide. Her name is Cristina Pistorello. Ciao
Hi.
Cristina, benvenuta.
Ciao, grazie. Thank you so much. It's a joy to be here with you today. I'm a bit excited.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good thing. Thanks to you for being with us today and introduce to us who you are and most of all, your story. So I already said that you are a tourist guide and an Italian teacher. What else can you tell us?
So, first of all, I'm a very curious person. That's probably the main characteristic that I have. So that's why I decided also to become a tour guide. That was one of the dreams of my life, and I'm so happy and I was so lucky to fulfill it. And then I love languages. I love getting in touch with new cultures, with people. And so that's why I decided also to become a teacher. And I teach languages, but also Italian for foreigners. So I'm very happy with my jobs and with the skills that I can use in doing this.
How many languages do you speak, Cristina?
I can speak English, German, French, Spanish, and a little bit of Bulgarian.
Wow, so many languages. But I think maybe the most difficult thing might be teaching Italian to foreigners. It's not easy.
It's not easy because you have different students coming from different countries. So yeah, it's every time it's a new, how do you say?
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge, yeah. That's the word.
Okay. Yeah. Something else I want to tell about you is that Cristina, almost 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, she decided to become an experiential travel operator. So she is professionally trained to create a Joynplayce story to live together. Is that right?
Yeah. That was a great experience. As I'm always studying, I told you I'm very curious. I'm always eager to find new knowledge, and that was really a very, very good course. And that also because I could combine all my skills, all my passions, all my interests, and they are all inside my project. So, and from the very beginning, it was very clear for me that I wanted to create something that has to be real fun. So it has to be funny for my guests, but also for
also
me,
for
because
you.
that's essential, because if I have fun, also the people with me can enjoy themselves.
Passion. You say one very special word for us, which is passion. Passionate people, their eyes, shine. So that's what happens, really. Oh,
Yeah, I agree. Even if I may be sometimes, I may be a shy person sometimes, but through this job, I like sharing all these passions that I have, and I see that people do the same with me. So it's an exchange actually. And so I'm learning from every single tour that I have. That's really nice. That's really a very beautiful aspect of my job.
so you learn from them, but in your story, they really learn something from you and from the experience. Because what is the mission of your story to live together?
So, first of all, my story takes place in Padova. And in Padova, there is a special environment, a special place, which is Palazzo della Ragione. This is the oldest covered market in the world, where you can find a lot of shops selling the specialties of our territory. So when people come, when my guests come, they love seeing all these different types of food. But I would also like to be able to speak Italian in order to buy them. So their mission is that they are my Italian students. They learn some Italian. They learn how to buy the most delicious prosciutto, how to buy grana padano, all the specialties that combine with our aperitif. The aperitif of Padova, a little bit like in Venice, is the Spritz. And you know that Spritz with Aperol, as we drink it, is a recipe of our city, because Aperol was invented 100 years ago in Padova.
Okay, so tourists, don't be tourists anymore. Come to Padova, meet Cristina, learn Italian, and learn how to do your spritz. Cristina, tell us your story.
Okay, so the story starts from the coffee house Pedrocchi. I chose this ancient cafe because it's a very pleasant place. It's loved and lived every day by the Paduans. Here we are inside the coffee house. It's an old coffee house of the 19th century. It's very famous because it's also close to the university, the older University of Padova. And here, students and professors used to meet, as we meet, actually. So, again, this is a spring to the past, actually. And in this environment, we know each other, of course, and then I give the magic notebook. The magic notebook is a summary of the sentences and words that, for me, according to my experience, are the most useful to be used when you buy a coffee, un caffè, un tè, un succo d'arancia, an orange juice. Or later, we'll see, when you buy prosciutto crudo, or Parmigiano Reggiano, or porchetta. So all the specialties that you can taste in the Palazzo della Ragione. And in the next picture, you see that my students are ready to order independently their coffee. In this case, in this particular tour, everybody wanted to taste the Caffè Pedrocchi. The Caffè Pedrocchi is the specialty, is the secret recipe of the cafe. So it has the same name of the old coffee house, because in the entire world you can drink this kind of coffee just here. And what's that? It's well, you see that you get the cup of a cappuccino. So more or less that's the size of the coffee you get. But at the bottom of your cup, you will taste a hot and dark and bitter cafe. And at the top, there is a delicious fresh peppermint cream. So when you get the cup, you see that it's all green. It's particular. You don't get any teaspoon, any sugar, of course, is allowed, because you have to taste this contrast between the freshness of the peppermint cream and the bitterness of the cafe, of course. It's really loved anyway. So after this energetic drink, we are ready to start our tour. Here we are in the first shop. This is one of my favorite shops, Casa del Parmigiano. And it's the oldest shop in Palazzo della Ragione, in this covered market. They are very, very old shops, but of course they changed their family. And this family has run this store for almost 100 years, for 80 years more or less. Here you can see Roberto, he's the owner of the store, and they sell delicious Parmigiano Reggiano. So before entering the store, I always have a smart, quick lesson, not too long, in order not to become boring, of course. And all my students learn and repeat all the most important sentences. They focus on the words and on the sentences they want. Of course, they need to buy their favorite food. And Roberto is a really particular person. He's really funny, because he tells everything about his family and about the story of the place, about the products, which are really high quality products.
So not only the products, but people really get also in touch with real people, with the locals.
Yeah, that's the characteristic of this place. The locals are really genuine. They are, I mean, here, the Paduans go every day shopping. They go every day and buy their favorite ham and cheese. So it's not a touristic place. That's what I want to say. It's a place that is lively, because it's lived daily by Paduans and also, of course, from foreigners. But you can chat, you can learn a lot. For example, here you can see the students, they are using their notebook, but of course I am there if they want to ask more accurate questions, if they want to know something more. As you can see, preparing them for another shop, which is famous because of the prosciutto crudo. And then, of course, as I am a tour guide, a little bit of history. This is an amazing place for me, Palazzo della Ragione. It's very beautiful. Yeah, it's very beautiful. It's a big palace in the middle of 2 squares, and it has a story of about 2,000 years. So it was also a market. It was also used at the Roman times. It was the Palace of Justice, as was actually the main function of this palace. At the top there was the courthouse, and at the bottom the shops that you can see still nowadays. Here you can see the students that are listening to the short stories and all anecdotes about this place, always with the magic notebook in the hand. So they really appreciate it. And here we are in another good shop. I like it a lot. This is a bakery, so it's the perfect place if you wanted to buy bread. So all these products that we are seeing are to be used, are to be known, because they can be the perfect combination for our Spritz, because our final task is to create the perfect, or at least to know what the perfect aperitif is. And this is another picture of a store where you can find, you see that you can find cheese, prosciutto. These are the main products. And
But I saw you with something in your hands. Do you also get to taste the things, or just buy them and talk about them?
The good part of these shops is that if you want to taste something, you can taste everything.
That's
I
very
mean,
good.
they're always ready. I mean, if you ask, can I taste it? Can I try it? Oh, I'd like to try this one. They're always very, they are at your disposal. So they are really nice in this.
I'm hungry already.
Yeah, and then here we have Andrea, and he's the owner of the bar La Yarda. So it's a bar closer to this ancient market, and he's a nice guy as well, and he can cook very good. And this is a bar. It's a bar, but really the food is delicious. And he knows how to create the perfect matches for the Paduan aperitif. So the final task, the final step, of course, of our mission is to learn the recipe of the Paduan Spritz, Spritz with Aperol. So if you come and visit my city and with me and with this experiential tour, you can also get the typical and original recipe of the Paduan Spritz. And you can see that the students themselves are preparing their Spritz. So it's very easy. It's not so difficult. And I also try to do, I also do it myself because I like it. It's, well, it tastes better when you create it by yourself. I don't know why. It's probably like when you cook something, it tastes better. And at the end, of course, we cheer, everybody cheers, and you see that everybody is happy. We have we have already eaten in this case a little bit because Spritz is strong actually. It's not so light.
You need to have something to eat, right?
And at the very end, students get their certificate because they are, of course, now they are expert about food, about the food of our region, about the best combination for the Spritz. So they can go home with their own certificate.
And they can finally buy their own food in Italian. So mission is accomplished.
Mission is accomplished.
Right.
Everybody learns something. Even if you are not so good at languages, never mind, because it's so easy when you see the things and you see the delicious food, then you want to learn and you get the knowledge. So that's a very
That's
funny
right.
way.
When you need to learn, then yes, you learn.
You learn. Yeah, that's it.
And Cristina, I think we have a testimonial of your story to live together. So let's go on and let's listen what he has to say.
Hi, my name is Ben. I'm German, and I was in this experiential tour with Christina. I love this tour because now I can order food in Italian, order coffee, and make an aperitif, the famous Spritz from Padova, just by myself. We also seen the historical side of Padova. It was very fun and very different. Very, very nice. Thank you so much.
That's nice. That's nice, Christina. I bet everybody really had fun. You could tell from their faces. We also have a video of your story. Let's watch it. So what we have just presented is, we didn't say the title of your story, is Italian Spritz Masterclass. So we invite everybody to come to Padova, call Cristina, and have this fantastic experience. I remind everybody watching us that you can have a look at our website, download our catalog, and see all the fantastic experiences we have all over Italy. I also remind that not just the story of Cristina, but all our Joynplayce stories, they can be easily customized for your demanding clientele, because the story remains the same, but we are able to do it longer, add some activities, or maybe you're traveling with kids. So let's have it maybe more kids friendly for our little ones. Is there something, Cristina, that you would like to tell us?
That I'm waiting for you. So please come and have this tour, because every time I do it, I have real fun. So I need your help. I like this so much. Yeah.
And we actually can't really wait to welcome back again foreign people in our country.
Yeah, really, really. So it's so nice to see that there are glitters in their eyes. As you said before, you talk about passions, but it's so nice for me to see how they love the city, how they love the things that I explain. So I really miss it.
Yeah, I know. I know. I can really understand. Thank you, Christina, so much for being with us today and for
Thank you to
showing
you.
us your job, who you are, and your fantastic experience in Padova. We will have a new broadcast soon with another story. In the meanwhile, call us, email us, and we will be very happy to answer to all of your questions. So see you next time. Grazie Cristina, grazie mille.
Grazie mille.
Ciao ciao.
Ciao ciao.